Hello and welcome to a very special video feature on GamesRadar. Today we're going to be looking at Don't Starve, and we're going to be looking at a camp that has been set up and has been running for 271 days. I'm GamesRadar Executive Editor Andy Hartup, and I'm joined by Group Senior Editor Tim Clark.
Hello there.
So Tim, first of all, we're going to spend a day touring your base so you can show people what it would look like after 271 days and what 30 hours of gameplay.
Yeah. If you could see my eyes now, what that looks like is insanity. So I play as a character called Woody, who's a ginger lumberjack. The reason I use him will become clear, I think, as the certainly as the tour goes on. Slightly spoilerific, but only in terms of kind of what his special powers are. So this is my main base. Yours won't look like that probably, unless you're better than me, which is possible. Essentially, it's geared up for food production. So there's a number of ways to generate food here. First and foremost is the farms, which create veg, but I also need meat. So there are these rabbit traps, which you just place over the holes. I like to get kind of at least 3. I've actually destroyed one of the holes by accident, but at least 3 holes on the screen near my main kind of fire. You obviously want to build a fire to protect you at night. This flooring I actually dug up from miles away on the map, up at a place called Maxwell's Biome, which is up in the top area here, which is where the kind of spinny wooden thing that can take you to another world is. So you can dig all sorts of things up and reposition them around your base. You won't last very long in this game without a base, I'll say that now. So all these bushes where I'm going to harvest these berries from, all these grass tufts which I've harvested recently, so you can't really see. So here's another rabbit trap which I've got down. And in the summer I just constantly kind of build up my food supply. I'm going to murder these poor old bunnies. And then I'm going to bung them in the crock pot. I have a couple of crock pots on the go. You can just see I've got a bird trap down there that's just caught a bird. So whacking.
And you've got your drying racks there as well for making jerky, which the advantage of jerky is it doesn't spoil as fast as other food.
It spoils very slowly indeed. This is a monster jerky made with monster meat dropped by stuff I've killed. And the benefit of monster jerky is you can use it to trick pigs, the pig men who sort of roam around into following you. So we're going to come back for that a little bit later. There's another rabbit, so we'll just drop him off. Rabbits are also good for making rabbit earmuffs to be worn in the winter. Having enough kind of winter clothing is one of the kind of the critical things when you're starting out in the game. So there you go, we've made meatballs. And,
okay. So just show us the top left-hand corner of your base with all the bee boxes and the flowers and stuff, and just explain why you use bee boxes and flowers.
I'm gonna harvest the honey from one of these now. The bees don't like it, even though I am their beneficent owner. The bee boxes you build by smashing up another bee box, getting the honeycomb, and using boards which are made from chopped logs. And bees, which you need to capture in a net. So they're actually quite tricky to build, but they provide a really ready source of honey once done, which spoils incredibly slowly, so I can kind of leave it out of the fridge.
And honey's good for your health as well, isn't it?
It's good for your health. You can make healing poultices with it, and it's also good for mixing with meat to make honey nuggets and pork ham. There we go. One of my bushes has died there, so I need to keep that fertilised. Now, the monster meat I was drying on the rack, a steady source of that is my kill room down here. Every kind of 3 to 7 days now in the game, I get attacked by the dogs, either fire dogs or ice dogs in winter. And to kind of mitigate against that, I've built this area here, which is full of tooth traps. Look, one of them's gone off, so we need to reset it. The problem is the way I place them is they're a bit tricky to highlight. Anyway, let's ignore that for a moment. I'm just going to put my beefalo hat on, because we're going to go and visit the beefalo in a sec. But the purpose of the kill room is, once a mob's chasing you, you lead it into this area. This triangle here actually is a kind of late tier magic item. I've got a teleportation staff here, you can equip it. And if I use that now, if I was to cast a spell with it, I'll be zapped from wherever I was on this huge world map. It could be anywhere kind of roaming around, you can see where I've explored. It would bring me back here, but it would also bring the enemies that are chasing me back here. So just before it gets to dusk, we can go and look. One of the key things, what you want to do when you're starting out on Don't Starve is explore as much of the map as you can, as quickly as you can. And what you're looking for really to build the kind of base I like to build, you need to be near enough, but not so near that they smash your homestead up. A herd of beefalo, because beefalo are incredibly useful. They're a good source of meat if you want to hunt them. They're a great source of manure which you can use to fertilise your farms and build farms, but also to chuck on the fire and burn. Or look at this guy up here. He's an angry tree guard. They're kind of these like Lord of the Rings style Ents. When you chop down a lot of trees, as I've done as Woody, these things will kind of randomly spawn. The only way to placate them is by planting pine cones, which also drop when you chop trees. They can be kind of useful. I've used them before to help take down a tall bird camp, which was a previous attempt at doing a video, which sadly was lost to the miss of time. We're heading back now to our base because you wanna be near the fire at night so you don't get attacked by the night monster. Just collect any more spare rabbits. Going to murder these two. Okay. There's an actual thing actually. If you murder too many rabbits, there's a chance this character called Krampus will come, who will then rob you of a load of your stuff. If you're naughty and kill a lot of animals, that's what will happen. Just to go back to the bee boxes thing, to make sure they stay fertilised, I'll chuck a board on the fire while we're talking. To make sure they stay fertilised is the wrong word, but the bees are kind of able to produce and get pollen. You need flowers, but to get flowers, you need to catch butterflies using your bug net, and then you plant the butterflies from your menu down here. So it's a slightly counterintuitive way of doing it. It's not how I remember it from biology. But let's quickly cook up some more dinner. It's really critical to have these fridges, and the only way you get these fridges is by building, by getting gears. Gears are kind of a rare item. They can be dug up from graves, but you can also find them from the same place I got my lovely flooring, which is the Maxwell biome, where it's guarded by these things called clockwork knights and this kind of big robo rhino. Did you have to kill those knights before you could dig all this stuff up, or did you just dodge them? I did do. No, you definitely wouldn't want to be roaming around in there because they've got a kind of laser attack. And the way I killed them, which I think we're going to show you in a subsequent video, is this character's special power is he has this axe called Lucy that talks to him. And she says, "Did you miss me?" And Woody loves to chop down trees. I mean, he really loves to chop down trees. Well, he's a lumberjack. He goes a little bit cray-cray if he does too much of it. And what happens when it's either a full moon or Woody's been doing too much chopping is he turns into the werebeaver. And we're going to show you a mission with the werebeaver, I think, in our next video. We are, yeah. Oh, you're still here, are you? Oh, well, why not check out some of the other videos that we've done, like our Tumate advert, or maybe you want to look at the guide for Final Fantasy, whatever it is, Lightning Returns, I don't know, there's been hundreds of them. And if that's not your cup of tea, our Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 review video is awesome.